welcome back. My name is Bre. I'm here with Connect Tribe's Benteh STEAM Academy, and we're going to talk about making the spider web style of a Dreamcatcher. So you guys might have already seen our other instructors, Jeff or Andrew or Thomas, making different styles of the Dreamcatcher. This is a traditional Dreamcatcher look. So we're going to take that and turn it into a really cool looking spider web and add some beads, make it a little bit more elaborate, and just have a little fun with it. Before we do that though, let's take a look at our materials, and we're gonna go through each one and how we're gonna prep them. So right over here we have our black leather wrapping. This is gonna go around the outside of our Dreamcatcher once we're all done with our project. It takes a little while, but it makes everything look very nice and clean. Next we have our sinew. That is this awesome material that we're going to actually use for the interior of our Dreamcatcher. In order to prep this, we're actually going to loosely wrap it around our 4 fingers until it's a nice little bundle. This saves us a lot of time pulling thread through and around each of our strings. And try not to do this really tight. You don't want to cut the blood circulation off to your fingertips. Next we have our feathers. We're going to use these at the very end to add a little of a decoration to the bottom of our Dreamcatcher. They're going to hang and they're going to look really cool. The last thing we're going to have out is our beads, and each one of these we're going to pull out only when we need them. So currently I have the bead color that I want to do for the outside ring, and every time we switch beads we're going to put them away and pull out the next so we don't lose them and we don't forget about them and make a big mess at the end. So remember, the less you have to clean up, the better. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and the very first thing we need to do is we're going to attach our thread or sinew to our actual ring. And we're gonna start by finding, if you look on your ring, there should be a spot where they've connected the metal, and that usually has like a little blip. And so that's gonna actually help us hold our anchor point. So we're just gonna take our sinew, wrap it around once, and just do a very loose knot. We're gonna come back and tie this a lot tighter at the end, because that's actually where we're gonna finish our Dreamcatcher as well. But for now, just a single overhand knot will work really well. Okay. So next, we're gonna take our sinew and we're gonna go around from the front, around to the back, and through, just like we did with the other Dreamcatchers. But instead of going on to the next point, this is actually where we're gonna pull it a little tight and we're gonna wrap it 6 more times. So we're gonna go around in the same direction. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you can tell this would be really hard if I didn't wrap up my sinew. So I'm really grateful that I did that in the beginning, and it's kind of loosened up, so I'm just going to keep wrapping it back. So now that we have all 6, we're going to straighten it out a little bit. And I'll remind you guys here to trust the process. So I've just pulled it tight, and you can tell that this is going to stand out. It shouldn't tighten very much more, but you've got this nice thick wrapped portion here. All right, so I know this is really difficult, and now that we finished our first layer, we can start to stretch out and straighten our edges, so it makes it all nice and even. Once you have it sort of evened out, you're going to be like pushing and pulling on the layers a little bit, making it a little taut. It should look approximately like this. So you can have a little bit of a slant to it. It can be a little angle. It's not a big deal. But you should have approximately the same distance to the beginning where you started. So once we're here, we're going to begin our next layer. And I'm going to tighten this up a little bit. And the way we're going to do that is we're not actually going to twist on this first one. We're going to do exactly what we did with the beginning knot. And we're going to loop this through the next one and back through this line here. So as you can see, you can kind of see the knot closing. And it should just look like that. We're going to pull it nice and tight. And then we're going to move on to the next one. And now we're going to pinch to hold it in place, and we've straightened out our string so that we can add a bead. So we're gonna just add a little bead by sliding it on there. And you grab the end of your string, it should slide right down. Sometimes it takes a little effort. Pull it all the way through till right about there. And then taking the end of this, we're gonna go back around our post that we made by twisting. And this is where things get a little bit tricky, because once you've pulled it to here, we need to go back through this bead. So it's gonna go like this. Come on. Push the little bead through. I'm using very small beads. The beads that come with your kit are much larger, so this will be a lot easier, but if you have any sort of beads laying around, these really small beads look super nice when you're all finished with your project. I really like to use them in a lot of my projects, so you'll see that in the future. So now we're here, and we're gonna do our 5 wraps this time instead of 6. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna do 1 less wrap for each circle going towards the center. And that helps adjust the spacing so that it doesn't look like it's exactly the same. Okay, so that's our first one. And now this bead should slide freely back and forth on this. You can also skip a row or 2 if you think that'd be cool. I think it looks neat as well. So I pulled this one a little tighter, that's okay. We're gonna pull the next one a little tighter and we'll start to even out the whole structure. Don't forget to add your bead if you want to on each row. This is all done, and now what we're going to do is we're going to spin and we'll loop back up to the top, but in doing so we're going to add our beads for this. So we're going to do the exact same spinning. We're going to go back up. So 1, once we've wrapped all the way back up our strand, adding our beads as we go, we're just looping it around and around and around. We get up to here where we started, and I told you that we only had a single overhand knot. Well, that's because we're gonna use this tail to tie our final knot. And if you tie them correctly, and you pull them very, very, very tight, this should hold everything securely in place. We've got a few more details to add. We're gonna finish up by wrapping the entire outside with our black leather, and we're gonna add a few feathers. Each kit should come with 2 brown feathers and 2 white feathers, so you guys can add these if you want. So a really cool trick that I learned for wrapping leather is we're gonna start by making this really unique knot, and we're gonna make sure it starts where our start line was for our actual Dreamcatcher. So you're gonna hold it over, and we're gonna pull this guy through. The key here is that we're gonna pin this guy down going the opposite way. So we're gonna wrap over him, over and over again, okay? And every time you wrap, just kind of make sure it's nice and tight. And this is going to secure your entire line down for you. You don't even have to tie a knot until the very end. Okay, so here's the tricky part. Because we did this loop, we're gonna try and just tuck the end of this leather underneath instead of making like a real knot. And that way it doesn't mess up the flatness of the whole circle. There you go. You can adjust this as needed to tighten. Now the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add a couple of feathers. We're gonna make it look really pretty, and we're gonna do this really quickly. So I'm just gonna use a scrap of sinew that I have laying around, a little bit longer one. Here we go. And I'm gonna use this to do both of my feathers. I'm actually gonna do two different feathers together because I think it looks really pretty. We're gonna do this. And we're just going to wrap a few times and tie together. Same thing, same knot we did before, just using a standard overhand knot. But make sure you wrap around the feathers like 4 or 5 times first, and that will help keep them together. So there, we've got 2 beautiful feathers. You can wrap them a couple more times if you want. I'm gonna do one more. And I wrapped between the 2 of them, and that way it makes it sort of split apart, so you can definitely tell that there's 2 feathers instead of just 1 feather hanging down. And we're just gonna do another overhand knot. This looks pretty great. And we're gonna add a few beads because I thought that would look really neat. Where are we gonna hang this? We're gonna hang it off at this corner. So we're gonna go orange, green, purple, orange, green. So starting at the bottom is our green, then our orange, then purple. Oops, come here, little guy. Then this green, and then orange again. And you don't have to do this exact same pattern. You can do whatever you want. You can even just leave it on a string. I just think that looks really pretty. And then I'm going to sort of run it around. And I'm gonna line it up so it slides between the 2 wraps that are right there. And just tie it off. Okay. And there's one. You can do 2 or more. You can do a bunch. But I'm just gonna do the one to show you the demonstration, and you guys can decorate it as you see fit. Alrighty guys, that is my Dreamcatcher. You can also add a loop at the top if you'd like. You can add more beads. You can figure out how to bead around the edge if you want. There's a bunch of other options you can do. Just never forget, keep creating.